Dear students, we have started learning the cognitive school of thought, and we were having an overview of this school of thought. And in the previous video, we started learning about the cognition as a process. This is the important thing because in cognitive school of thought, the word cognition is very important. So we were having an overview of what is cognition, and we had certain points in our mind which we are going to study in this topic as well. So remember, in the concluding remarks, I told you that cognition can be seen as confusion, information processing, mapping, concept attainment, and construction. We will see one by one each and every aspect of cognition, and we see that what is the role of this every aspect in the cognitive school of thought. And it's decision making, the strategy making, and vision and mission development. So our focus in here in this video will be cognition as confusion. Recall this picture in which I told you that the cognition is a mental process which is highly influenced by the experiences, thought process, and senses. So in the previous video, we saw that how cognition is influenced by experiences of manager. In this video, we will only focus on the cognition as a thought process. We will see that how the confusion is created in the mind of managers while having this view that thought is the only thing which influences the cognition process. So let's have an overview that what is cognition as confusion. Before going into the detail, I would like to tell you that all of the concepts which I am going to tell you, first of all, we will see them in the journal Human Behavior, and then we will try to relate them with some strategists or managers so that we may know that what is the role of cognition in a decision making and in strategy making in the organizations. So first of all, we must know that what is confusion. Confusion is what is reality and what is imaginary. If someone does not know the difference between the reality and imagination, that person gets confused of all these concepts. Number one thing which we need to understand here is that reality can be different for every person, which we will discuss in upcoming videos. But you should know that reality can be different for every person, and something can be realized by one person and it can be imaginary for another. So this creates confusion as well. But first of all, we must see this thing, confusion as cognition as confusion, where we need to see that what is the difference between reality and imagination and how it is different for every person. The most important thing which we need to discuss here is the world is large and complex, while human brain and their information processing capacities are highly limited in comparison. We are living in the world in which we capture many kind of information while observing certain things, and we our brain continuously capture all that information and try to code it inside our mind. But this is not possible for every person to go back and decode all of that information during the decision making process. Rationally, this should be done, that if all the information is stored inside the brain of a person, that should be decoded and that should be listed in front of that person before taking decision. But as human beings have the limitation of bounded rationality, which means that we may not be able to process all of the information because of the complexity and diversity of the information. So we try to be rational, but we are bounded. We have some limitation of bounded rationality. So here it is said that world is large and complex, and we usually try to focus on many things, and we our brain also capture many things, but this is not possible for our brain to process all of that information at once while taking decision. Similarly, the strategies differ in their cognitive style, same as reported in journal Human Behavior. In the start of the video, I told you that we will try to see all these concepts in the journal Human Behavior, in the journal Human Being, and then we'll try to relate them with the strategies. So same is the case with the strategists who differ in their cognitive styles, same as reported in the journal Human Behavior. They have similar processes as a journal Human Being have and the decision making and in information processing. So cognitive styles here mean that how they process all of the information and use it for knowledge creation. Cognitive styles of the strategists are influenced by different biases and even personality traits. There are different kind of biases which we will discuss shortly, and we will see that there are multiple biases which influence a person for decision making, and there are certain personality types that influence the decision making of a person. It means that there are different kind of styles, different cognitive styles, different information processing styles, which are used by different strategists that are influenced by the biases, inherent in biases, and there are certain personality traits that are involved in, that influence actually the cognitive styles and thinking styles and information processing and knowledge creation style of strategists. So let's see that what are the decision biases. There are certain decision biases as they are out of scope of our study. I may not be able to discuss all of decision biases, but I would like you to go back and see that what are decision biases and what may be the decision biases for a certain person, and then we will try to relate them with the strategies. But here we are going to discuss few of them. Number one is the search for supportive evidence. This is a very common bias. For example, if a strategist is asked by a manager to take a decision whether they should go for indoor or outdoor sports activities for their employees. If that person, the strategist or the decision maker, is in the favor of outdoor games, he may be collecting all of the information which will be influenced, which will be having the supportive evidences for outdoor games, and he will be ignoring all of those positive or negative points that will go for or against the indoor games. So this is a decision bias. This is a usual human being behavior that we search for the supportive evidences. Another thing is inconsistency. There are certain people who are inconsistent in their decision making. For example, they list all of the criteria before taking decision, but they do not stick with that criteria. Next time, if they have to take decision, they change their decision criteria. So this is also inconsistency. This is inside the human brain. This is the part of the human brain. Some people do like this and they cannot change it. So, third is the recency. Sometimes we have recency effect. Whenever we want to take a decision, we have some recency effect in our mind, and we tend to ignore long-term or short-term past events. So we tend to take all the information which is happened in the recent past. Similarly, another bias is the conservatism. Conservatism is about those managers who are unable to change easily or who are very slow changers, which mean that they try to take all the decisions with the same circumstances, and even if the outer environment is changed, they try to take decisions in the same circumstances, and they are very slow changers. So this is another decision bias which is actually inside the brain and the mind of a person and in the mind of the strategist. So there are other decision biases. I would like you people to go and check that what are those decision biases that influence a person. The second type, which I told you, is the personality type, which influence the cognitive styles or the thinking processes of decision makers and strategists. There are multiple personality types. These are also out of the scope of our study, our lecture, because this is more about the psychology of a person. So I would like you to go and see this MBTI. These are MBTI is a Myers-Briggs type indicator, which indicates a psychological preferences in how people perceive the world around them and make decisions. This is about the perception, that how people perceive the world around them. We will see some indicators here, but for details you need to go and see some psychology book and see that how the personality types are developed and how these personalities have impact on the decision making. So we collectively we will see that the decision biases and the personality types have an impact on the thinking style and the cognitive styles and information processing styles of persons and the strategists as well. This MBTI has four dichotomies. Four dichotomies are based on these four things, which I'm going to explain you. First is the extroversion and introversion. Extroversion is about how people take energies. From where they take energy. For example, extrovert person is a person who takes energy from the outer world, while introvert person is that person who take energy from inner world. By inner world we mean his own experiences, his own ideas. The second dichotomy is sensing and intuition. Sensing focuses that how a person perceives, and that perception highly depends upon the five senses, which means the evidences. It means that senses are, for this dichotomy, senses are concerned with five senses, and they may not be able to go beyond these five senses. Intuition is the second part of is this dichotomy, which tells us that there is another thing, which is the perception about something, and which is developed by experiences, and there's a little debate about it, that what is intuition. But here we can say that it is out of the five senses of something. So intuition is out of those five senses. The third dichotomy is thinking and feeling dichotomy. Thinking says that conclusions are based on the logics and analysis of something, and they are objectively determined. So thinking follows a certain procedure, and it says that we need to logically analyze certain thing, while feeling is based on the values, for example, social or personal values, and understanding of certain phenomena, that is not concerned with the analysis and the logical reasoning of something. And the last and fourth or the last dichotomy is judging and perceiving. Judging is perceiving something, the decisiveness and the closure that results from dealing with the outer world using the judging processes. The judging processes are highly dependent on the thinking, that is the logical analysis, or the feeling, which is not concerned with the logical analysis, but on the focus on the understanding and harmony of something. While perceiving is the second part of this last dichotomy, which says that there is something which that results from dealing with the outer world using one of the perceiving, that is sensing or intuition. That is about that how the five senses are used by a person, and the intuition means that which is out of those five senses. So these are four dichotomies, and on the basis of these four dichotomies, we have 16 personality types. These personality types are out of the scope of this lecture, but you need to go and see that how, for example, ISTJ, I means introvert person, S the person who is using senses, T is thinking, using thinking, and J is judging. So this ISTJ is a person who has certain personality traits. So similarly, we have 16 dimensions of personalities, and we need to see and that what are those dimensions, what are those characteristics that are determined by this MBTI dimensions. And these personality types obviously determine that how a person established the learning process and how he process all of the information which he has in his mind. So and how he acquire knowledge. So similar can be seen for the decision makers and strategists. So in the concluding remarks of cognition as confusion, we must know that there are certain biases, there are certain personality types that create confusion in decision making in the mind of a strategist. So there are these personality types, and these biases may or may not be changed by the strategist, or a strategist may or may not be able to change it. So we must know that what are the certain characteristics of a person who has certain thinking style, and hence influence the decision making of the person. So this school of thought, as this is saying that how the strategies are actually formulated, if we know that what is the cognitive style, what is the decision bias of the person, what is the personality type of the person, the strategist of the organization, then we may capture that how the strategies of that organization are actually built, the vision and mission, objectives and strategies, how they are formulated, and what is the knowledge acquisition process in that organization.